What's up everybody, Six here, and welcome to the brand new North West Airfield on DayZ 0.63. It's pretty amazing. There's a lot of changes, a lot of things in store, a lot of really cool, unique spots, new buildings, all kinds of stuff that I want to show you guys. So this is going to be kind of just like a showcase video, showcasing some of the new North West Airfield. We're not going to see every little nook and cranny, but I'm going to kind of walk you guys through a lot of the new buildings, the new areas, some of the new choke points that I think are going to be popular. And yeah, just kind of show it off a little bit and show you guys. So the way that I'm getting access to this is 0.63 single player mode. I'll put a link in the description on how you can get access to this as well. There's no other players. This is not a modded thing. This is actually officially from the DayZ devs. It's something you can do. You just have to download one quick thing. You don't have to change any game files or anything like that on your own. Really easy, very simple. There's no teleporting, there's no spawning in items, stuff like that on some mods that you've seen. You literally have to run to the airfield. You only get one life. If you restart your game, your character gets wiped, you restart. So, yeah, that's why I want to showcase this for you guys. It's pretty amazing. So far, I'm really liking the changes. There's a lot of variety, a lot of really cool things. One of the biggest things is Bash, the changes to Bash. So we'll show you guys all that in just a second. First things first, we are currently at the brand new ATC. This thing's massive. So let's showcase this a little bit. Let's start from the bottom. Let's do that. I'll show you guys the little the ladder slide that some of you have already seen. So, woo. Kind of a quick way to get down the ladder, which is pretty nice. I'll show you the fall. Right there. Nice. Ladder? Who needs a ladder? See, you can see on the lower left-hand corner, the little plus, the little health symbol. See, we took a little bit of damage there. We're kind of limping. This will go away in just a second. I do have some items. We're kind of low on food right now, but here, check this out. Drinking while running. Pretty incredible feature that we've been looking for a real long time. So, yeah. Camo building right here. There are items spawning in the camo building, so that must mean that they fixed the wall glitching. So here's the new ATC. Obviously much bigger than the old one. This section right here is kind of like a little garage. I don't want to get too detailed with everything because it's just going to take forever, but we'll just kind of showcase a little bit. Go inside the ATC. So it's pretty big. A lot of stuff, a lot of rooms, a lot of little nooks and crannies you can hide in. So yeah, there's definitely going to be some pretty good PvP going down in here. This will be fun. This will be a good time. So a lot of rooms. Like I said, this room leads you up to the stairs that takes you up to the top. So pretty cool. This is kind of a little control tower with a bunch of machines and different things in here. A lot of little rooms. A little bit of loot in here. I don't know how good the loot is. I haven't found a lot. I've been to the airfield twice on this build so far. I'm not sure how good the loot is going to be inside the ATC, but we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, so there's another staircase I need to get to. I think I need to go up one more level to get to that one. Yeah, one more level, then we'll get to the tippy top. Anyways. So pretty cool. This kind of reminds me of Arma, of the old Arma days. So kind of standard, just a bigger like upper area. You've got the tippy top, you can go up there too, but yeah guys, that's the ATC. Let's keep moving on. Next, I'm gonna show you a little military area just next to the ATC, that direction. So currently, as you can probably tell, here's the airfield, and that's the west side of the airfield. This is south, the direction I'm facing right now. This is north. So we're gonna head east, just kind of check out this area a little bit for you guys, and then yeah, just kind of go from there. So here's a really large hangar, very similar to the hangar that you've traditionally seen at the Northeast Airfield. This one's obviously much bigger. So you've got this one big main area, and then there's a lot of rooms just past that wall. You go through that door right there. There's a lot of rooms through there. Not a lot of loot, but kind of a cool spot. So one major thing about the airfield now is there's a lot of cover. There's a lot of little defilades, little hills, little things like this. So I think long gone are the days where you're gonna have to worry about just crossing straight across the airfield. Not like I ever cared, but yeah, you can get across pretty safely now. So stay tuned till the end. After I showcase some of the major points on the airfield, some of the major changes, stuff like that, I'll talk about some of my feelings with 0.63. I'll probably make another video showcasing some of the other like geographical changes to the map. I'll probably show Cherno. I'll probably show you guys actually my first look at Cherno. I haven't been to Cherno yet, and supposedly it's pretty different. It's supposed to be a lot better. So we'll probably definitely show that. Probably show that in a video here pretty soon as well. But yeah, at the end of this video, stay tuned for that. I'll kind of give my thoughts on 0.63 so far. I've played it a few times, and just kind of what I like, what I don't like, yeah. All right, so here we are. This is the, I kind of call it the sniper firing range, because it's a lot bigger than the normal firing ranges we've seen in the past in DayZ. So I'm just gonna assume that's kind of what it is. So you can get a little bit of range, and maybe have a buddy with a pair of binoculars if you don't have a scope, kind of just see if you hit the target or not. Not bad, not bad. So yeah, kind of cool. It's got a little tent there, and this is kind of a cool little spot. And then just right up this area right here is that little obstacle course I was talking about. Kind of just brings a little bit more of like a military feel to the airfield, because before it was just like hangars and then a few tents, and that's pretty much it. Not a lot of variety. So this spot's pretty cool. There's a little area right here. Not sure exactly what you would call this area, but looks like more training stuff. And then we'll move a little bit farther up here. So a lot of variety, you can tell. A lot of places for cover, a lot of different places to find players. This will be pretty huge once the player base for the servers goes up, because right now, it's almost overwhelming. The airfield's so big, I don't know how you're gonna run into people that often, but it'll happen. It'll happen. So this is kind of the little obstacle course thing. So yeah, kind of cool. And then if you head this way, there's just kind of just more industrial stuff, some barracks, that type of thing. So one of the things that surprised me a lot about the airfield so far was how many damn barracks there are. There are so many barracks. So a lot of loot. A lot of good items to find, a lot of places where you're gonna find players looking for loot. So if you wanna find PvP and you're good on loot, just head to the places where people are trying to find loot, and you're pretty much a surefire bet to find some PvP. So yeah, we'll head up this way just a little bit. I'll show you guys this area, and then I think we'll head up to Bash pretty soon here. So one of the toughest parts about this patch is your stamina. So you can look at my inventory. I have a decent amount of stuff. Nothing crazy. Like, I'm not carrying like an AK-74 in my backpack, and then an AKM in my hands, and then an SVD on my back or something like that, and then all my space is full. But look at my stamina in the lower left-hand corner. We're at about 50% stamina. Like, that's the max we can load up to if we slow down. And it's a little rough. That's one of my biggest complaints about 0.63 so far, is the stamina. And the weight system's a little bit more punishing than I would like. I don't mind the stamina system, but I just think it's a little bit more punishing. I know once there's more transportation options, vehicles, bicycles, helicopters, things like that, it'll be a little bit less of a pain, but I think it's gonna be a little while until that stuff's in the game properly. So I don't know. We timed it on my stream. It's at the point we're at, which is about 50%. That's about 10 seconds of sprinting time. So think about that. About 10 seconds of sprinting time, and then you have to stop and then slow jog. So it kind of takes a long time to get up here, man, in the current build. So hopefully soon. Like I said, this is one of my only complaints about 0.63, but something worth, it's kind of worth mentioning. So hopefully they nerf it a little bit and then get those transportations in the game. So here's some of the hangars. So gone are the traditional hangars that we're used to, the blue ones that were lined up kind of in this area. This is basically where fire station in the hangars and stuff. So very different. You can see across the airfield. We'll be checking out. That's kind of the southern part of the airfield, and then over there you've got a ton of stuff. We're gonna check that out here in just a little bit. A lot of cool little features. Some Arma 3 inspired buildings down there. I'll show you guys. Brand new to DayZ. I don't think they've, from what I've seen, I don't think there's ever been buildings like that in DayZ, but definitely in Arma. I'll show you guys. Pretty cool spot. So now we'll run up this way and yeah, go check out Bash. All right, here, while we're on our way up to Bash, I'll show you guys some of the new changes to the zombies. So different sounds, kind of, they kind of hit you in a different way. Your character reacts when they hit you now. There's a new... We're okay. But, yeah. Kind of a new like death animation for him too. You can punch now in different ways. You have punching combinations, left, right. You can kind of strafe a little bit to the left, right, that kind of thing. So pretty cool. A lot of changes. You can sprint. You can put anything in your hand. You can just do it with your fist. Doesn't matter. And then you can sprint and take a swing like that. Sorry. Hopefully the recording's not being. I feel like it's a little bit choppy at times. I'm not sure what's going on, but. Probably something with my software, but yeah, sorry if it's a little bit choppy. I'm not really sure what's going on. But yeah, set up to Bash, make a quick pit stop at the tents, see the changes to the tents, and then we'll be up at Bash here in just a second. So up here on the way to the tents, just before the tents, you've got another area, big industrial, couple hangars, that type of thing. You got a piano house, and actually that's not a piano house. That's one of the sewing factories, and then a couple more hangars. Then up ahead you can see the tents. So we'll go show those to you in just a second. All right, so on the way to Bash, here's the changes to the tents. So it looks like, you know, I just realized it looks like the tents are a little bit small. I don't know why I'm getting some weird lag spikes here by the tents, but it looks like the tents are actually a little bit smaller than they used to be. You've got these new kind of tents that you can approach from the side, and like 3 different entrances on them, which is kind of cool. Just adds a little variety to it, and it's just kind of laid out in a different way. Very similar, but just a little bit of a different layout. There's still gonna be some really good loot here. I've been finding a lot of AKMs so far. Nothing else. A lot of the guns are not in the game, in this current build of the game yet. But yeah, mostly just AKMs, things like that. I did find an SVD earlier today here. But there's a pretty cool plane over here. You can actually go inside of the back of it. You can't go inside the front as far as I know. But you can go inside the back, which is pretty sweet. I want to make our way up to Bash, so we're not going to showcase that too much. But it's kind of a cool little plane, so definitely go check that out next time you're up here at the airfield. And let's keep moving to Bash. So kind of similar how it was before. You want to take the road that heads basically north. It kind of curls around this way. You'll see this radio tower up ahead. And that's when you know you're getting close. So you can see Bash. You can already tell like it's completely different. So in the beginning here, you got the little gatehouse. You've got a little kind of, you know, I think those are considered like bus kind of stations or industrial buildings up here on the left. And then I'm really hoping actually that there's some apple trees around here because my character is a little bit hungry. Food's kind of hard to come by right now. The water bottles and stuff like that are really common. Obviously you've got the wells and things like that, but yeah, my character's a little hungry. And once you start dying of starvation or thirst, your character starts to limp, which is really annoying. So you've got this big radio tower. This thing's pretty sweet. Kind of cool for like role playing or whatever. You've got the camo, the traditional camo building. So there's not a lot of like new buildings here at Bash. New buildings to the game, but they're just new to this area, you know? So here you go. Bunch of barracks. There's probably a good like 6 barracks up here, so this will be much more popular. Obviously in the 0.62 build, you know, Bash was kind of hit or miss, but this is definitely going to be way more popular just because of loot, you know? Obviously loot brings players, and that's going to bring PvP. If you're into that kind of thing, or if you just want like player interaction, then yeah, this is gonna be a good spot for you. So massive change to Bash, obviously. We're not gonna look around too much. Pretty self-explanatory, just a bunch of barracks down there, things like that, with good old-fashioned military loot, man. So now, after taking a look briefly here at Bash, let's start to head just down towards the kind of the southwest part of the airfield. We'll kind of hug the western side of kind of the wall there, and take a look at that western side, and then we'll head down to the southwestern side. There's a lot of changes down there, so yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. You guys are gonna want to see that for sure. So we're gonna pass by it, so I might as well show you guys this cool little airplane here. So kind of a cool little spot. I'm not sure if there's gonna be loot spawning here. I wish you could get in this little area, but I've tried to go prone and everything, but you can't get in there. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's gonna be loot spawning in here or not. Haven't seen any yet, but just kind of a cool little rendezvous spot. Might be cool for some role playing or something like that. But yeah, kind of a cool little area. Ambush is essentially gone and doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, there's just a few little small sheds and whatnot. Some broken down vehicles and things like that. You know, during certain patches, there'll probably be stuff spawning in those vehicles, I guess. But yeah, not too much to see over there. We'll just keep on moving. Right now, we're kind of running, we're just running basically south along the airfield. We're on the west side, so we've got another camo building on basically just west of that industrial section I showed you guys just before the tents. There's an L-shaped barrack over here with some loot and stuff like that. So just kind of a decent little stopping point along your way down south again. Those cool little silo-looking buildings, hobbit houses, I don't know what you call them. You can't go in those, but they're kind of cool looking. Hopefully, maybe one day you'll be able to get inside of those, but not right now. They just kind of look cool. So you're gonna notice a lack of zombies right now in this build. There are zombies, but they had an update yesterday. This is today is what, Saturday, April 28th. So yes, I think it was yesterday they had an update, and I don't know what happened, but it kind of cut down the number of zombies. Because the first time I was here, there were a ton of zombies, and the last couple times I've been here, there hasn't really been any. So yeah, just a heads up there in the current build. I'm sure they'll update that and fix that, but there's a little officer barrack just kind of randomly over here. So as you can tell, if the airfield kind of has more of a post-apocalyptic feel, everything's overgrown, everything's kind of unkept. Some stuff's kind of hidden because it's just been overgrown with trees and stuff like that. So it's kind of got a lot of broken down cars and things like that. I don't know, it just has more of a post-apocalyptic feel to me personally. So I like it a lot. So just south of that officer barrack I was telling you, there's a few more hangars and barracks over here and stuff like that. So I'm gonna grab this because we are gonna be thirsty for sure. Another L shape, so just a little bit farther, and it'll be kind of the main event for this area, just a little bit farther this way. All right, so here we are. We're basically in the southwest part of the North West Airfield. a completely new area, obviously. So let's look around. You're gonna see some familiar buildings that you might have seen before in Arma 3. And some pretty cool stuff. You're gonna see a lot more zombies down here, at least in this build of the game. So we'll, yeah, keep moving. And do these buildings look familiar to anyone? So these buildings, I'm not sure if they're an exact replica, but they are very, 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 very similar to the buildings in Arma 3, which is not a bad thing. I don't mind it at all. Adds a cool variety to DayZ Standalone, and yeah, these are pretty cool buildings. They're gonna spawn some decent loot. I wasn't able to find a whole lot of loot inside of them so far, but I'm sure they'll spawn some more military loot and things like that, and bring some more PvP to this area. And stuff. So especially when 0.63 first drops on experimental or first drops on stable, you're gonna see all of these areas super compact with players. You're gonna see groups here all the time, just for the simple fact of it's new and people are gonna want to check it out. You know, whether or not the player base in these areas will stay, I'm not too sure. I think they will. The airfield kind of always maintains that kind of PvP style that it has. But who knows? Who knows? I think it'll stay, but we'll just have to see. I actually just noticed this building. I didn't know this building was here. I think this is the exact same building that it's up in Tizzy, the flat top. I think so. Let's go find out. Yep. So we got to be careful with this one. There's obviously going to be a bunch of players just kind of third person over this wall, you know. So yeah, something to keep in mind up here. Let's keep looking around a little bit. These trees are actually pretty cool. I don't know if these trees have ever been in standalone. They don't look familiar at all to me. Maybe I'm just forgetting, but they're pretty cool trees. They don't give you like any cover at all, but kind of cool. Kind of a cool variety. So yeah, a lot of these kind of long barrack buildings, I guess you'd call them, because they just look like they just have a bunch of bunk beds. So I guess they're just traditional barracks essentially. So kind of cool. It's gonna be quite a bit of loot. And then you've got some more barracks and things like that over here. So we'll kind of take a look. And so while we're just kind of looking around the last part of the airfield here, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I think about 0.63, what I think about the airfield changes and stuff like that. So 0.63, I'm really liking the changes. Obviously, there's going to be some new stuff that's kind of fresh and new. So that kind of freshens up the game, which is something we've needed for a long time, you know. So that's awesome. So it's going to bring some players back who just want to check it out. I don't know if they're going to stay or not. But so far it's looking really good. So I like the changes a lot. I don't know how this recording is gonna look. It's kind of weird. It shows that my CPU usage is really low, but for some reason it's being kind of a little laggy, which doesn't make any sense. But trust me, either off stream or on stream, 0.63 has been running incredible, and I'm not even talking about FPS. It seems like my FPS is pretty much the same as 0.62, but the game is just smoother. The player animations are smoother, opening doors is smoother, killing zombies is smoother, raising, lowering your gun is smoother, third person to first person smoother. The game is just smoother. It's less clunky. You can fall from little spots and your player just kind of gathers in like a natural way, and then you just keep moving. The stamina system's a little bit rough. That's definitely one of the only downers for me so far in 0.63. I don't mind a stamina system, but the current stamina system is a little bit punishing for my taste. But as long as there's more transportation, which they're planning on adding into the game, bicycles, maybe potentially motorcycles, obviously vehicles, helicopters, things like that. If those are added and they're fairly common, then I might not be too upset with the stamina system staying as is, but I think it should be nerfed a little bit. Just the whole weight and stamina system, because currently, I mean, you don't even carry that much gear and your stamina is basically cut in half, which is kind of rough, but overall, I'm really enjoying 0.63. We're going to be streaming the hell out of this, so you guys can definitely expect to see a ton of 0.63 gameplay. I'm hoping to upload regular videos on 0.63 as well. It's kind of tough because I'm really busy. I'm busier than I've ever been in my life, but thank you guys for staying subscribed to this channel if you have. Yeah, we stream 4 to 5 days a week over on Twitch, twitch.tv/SixMacs, same as it is here. So definitely go over there if you want to see a lot of 0.63 gameplay when it hits experimental, even before that on the single player mode and things like that. But yeah, really enjoying 0.63. I'm brutally honest with you guys. You know how it is. If there's a patch that comes out, if there's something I don't like, if there's something I like, I just tell you guys straight up. And 0.63 is a really, really, really good step in the right direction for DayZ. I'm excited about the future. A lot of cool features, a lot of cool, unique geographical changes. The new like player controls are amazing. I mean, hell, just going down and being able to lay down and kind of spin around like this, pull out your gun, do this whole thing. I mean, hell, look at this. Watch this. You can kick. You can kick. We call that the dick kick. But anyways, you can kick. That's amazing. Just little things like that, which is just making the game so much more realistic and so much more fun. It's a huge step in the right direction. I'm really having a good time so far on 0.63. So bravo to the devs. Great job, guys. Yeah, really looking forward to seeing what else is in store for 0.63. So yeah, I'll probably showcase the new changes to Cherno and some of the other areas here pretty soon, guys. Thanks for watching the video, though. Appreciate it. Like I said, follow my my Twitch channel if you guys want to see more DayZ gameplay. I don't post a lot anymore on YouTube. Like I said, really busy. But once 0.63 comes out, I wanna get a lot more content going out for you guys and things like that. So I appreciate y'all. Love you a long time. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thanks for checking out the North West Airfield with me. Hope you guys are excited about the changes as well, like I am. So, but anyways, I will catch you guys in the next video.